What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Ranked and Relentless podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Austin.
Hey, we're getting better at that. And we this week is week 4. Been doing this for a month now. And we're on to another new album. We've only done one other new album so far on the show. We did as you guys know, a couple of episodes ago, we did Even in Arcadia by Sleep Token. Both pretty pumped on that album for the most part. We like that album a lot.
Yeah. I could change my answers.
The one we're talking about today, we like what we like, but we're gonna have an interesting discourse on this one. Austin, this week we're talking about Big Ole Album Volume 1 by A Day to Remember, a band that me and you both admittedly adore.
First two, great, phenomenal.
Well, I mean, the first,
I know you like Homesick.
Yeah, I mean, the first, I'd say 4 or 5 albums. I mean, you've even said that Bad Vibrations is one of your favorites. Bad Vibrations is like number 5 or some shit.
It's true. That I will still say that's top album.
Yeah, Homesick is my favorite album by these guys. Bad Vibrations is a great one. Common Courtesy is great. What Separates Me From You is great. That big debut album, I can't remember what the fuck it was called. The one with the fucking bird on the front, the Phoenix gimmick, whatever. You guys know that one. The one with Plot to Bomb the Panhandle on it. That's the one. I'm gonna ask you this question. I asked you this question on the last episode. I think I want to ask this question regularly. Have you ever seen A Day to Remember live?
No.
Okay, I have once again. Now look, we're gonna get to ones that he's seen and I haven't. We will get to that.
It's not many.
But I got to see A Day to Remember a handful of years ago. It was right around the time that what was the album before Thank You? Or You're Welcome. I mean, the balls on them for calling that You're Welcome. We'll get into that.
It was
Bad Vibrations. Yeah. It was Bad Vibrations. Okay, so that's where I got confused. Okay, so You're Welcome had the same problem that this record had, where it took like a fucking decade and a half to make, it felt like. So some of the songs that were out whenever I saw them in 2019, and like Degenerates was already out. I think Mind Reader was already out. So like they were playing those. I think the day after I saw them, they released Resentment as a single. Those 3 songs all wind up going to this album, which came out 2 years later.
Okay.
So that's something I want to talk about with A Day to Remember throughout this. Like, there's going to be some criticisms that I just wish I could wrap my head around with these guys, because I love this fucking band. But God,
it's a lot.
It is, dude. And so I love them. Great live show. They opened up with Downfall of Us All. Did the big curtain drop gimmick. Closed the show out with Plot to Bomb the Panhandle. Couldn't ask for a better show. There was a mosh pit during If It Means a Lot to You, which is
all right.
Oh no, never mind. I was getting shows mixed up. So a long time ago, it was the exact opposite. A long time ago when I was a teenager, I saw Hinder. Don't hold that against me. And there was a mosh pit during Lips of an Angel. This show during If It Means a Lot to You, everyone in like the pit sat down on the ground and like took like their fucking lighters and phones and shit out. Great show. I love A Day to Remember so fucking much. But with that being said, these last couple of albums have been questionable. You're Welcome was hit with delays. The record before this one, it was hit with delays for years, and fans were like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude, it's been forever since Bad Vibrations. When is this thing fucking coming out? So when they finally put it out, they had the balls to name it You're Welcome, as like, hey, we did you a favor. And it fucking sucked.
It didn't make it. It didn't hit. It was okay. That's all I can say about it. Because in reality, it's still a day to remember. Kind of same with this album. Like it is them. We waited what 6 years for a way overproduced.
So
Just over the top and
for example, Bad Vibrations comes out in 2016.
uh-huh.
Okay, at that point, a couple of years between every album, nothing crazy. You're Welcome comes out in 2021. The first single, Degenerates, released in August of 2019.
Okay.
Okay, Mind Reader wasn't out yet. I was wrong. Resentment comes out November 22nd, 2019. Mind Reader, April 15th, 2020. Brick Wall, November 18th, 2020. Everything We Need, January 27th, 2021. And then the album comes out. After, hold on a second. They did another single a year after the album came out. They did Re-Entry. Why? You already had 5 before the fucking thing even came out.
You're welcome.
Dude, that makes me so angry. The balls on
They did
them
it.
to put out this album that had Bloodsucker on it.
Were they going through, I don't know, label issues or?
I don't think so. I think they were on Fueled by Ramen. Yeah, they're Fueled by Ramen, who they've been with.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know, dude. Everything We Need sucks. Like, Only Money sucks. Viva La Mexico sucks. Looks Like Hell sucks. Like, I don't.
They're getting too memey, and that's my problem.
Well, and there's gonna be a couple of similar criticisms I'm gonna bring out with this one.
Exactly. Some I like, some I can't fucking stand.
Yeah.
So, but I've been listening to this album a good bit, and I am liking the 5 that I picked. I love listening to the 5 that I picked, but everything else, hey.
So with that being said, we're doing something a little different this time.
Mm-hmm.
We have not pre-picked our top 5s like we normally do. We're going to try something. If it feels good, we'll keep doing it. If it doesn't, we'll just go back to doing what we were doing. I'm going to pull up the tier list right now, and we're going to make our top 5s right here on the spot as a part of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me bring this up. Here we are. Now, there are a little bit about You're Welcome before, or not You're Welcome. Let me get this piece of shit off my screen. A little bit about Big Ole Album Volume 1. It's Volume 1, so that means that I guess there's more to come.
100%.
Recorded between 2022 and 2024. That's fucking wild. Yeah. Just put the singles out. Don't worry about making an album if that's what you're gonna do. Like, just put the like that's fine, dude. Like, I miss the days of EPs. If you've only got 3 songs, put them on an EP and then move the fuck on. Like, let's just do that instead of having, you know, a 12 track album where 7 of the 12 songs sound like fucking filler. That's neither here nor there. Yeah, neither here nor there. At least I will say, at least they put the fucking singles out in a timely manner outside of the first couple of singles. That's another one. The first single, Miracle, came out in 2022. This album came out a few months ago. It's 2025.
Right.
In case you at home are trying to do that math. Right. Miracle comes out 2022. 2 years later, the next single, Feedback, comes out. And then they put the album out. Now, what I do like, I like how they did the release of this one, Austin. Did you hear a little bit about how they did the release on this album?
Man, not a clue.
So they released it physically first. So for the first month in February, from February 18th to I believe March 18th, if you wanted to listen to the album, you had to go to a record store and buy it.
I missed that.
Yeah, like for the first month, and it charted on Billboard too. Without even being on streaming.
Yeah, it's like I missed the idea of. I know they still do it, but you know when we were younger, pre-ordering albums it felt good. It felt good.
You see me, I still do it.
Yeah,
I still do it. But yeah, like I loved that. Like the first month, you only could listen to this in physical form. They put out 2 singles to streaming the day that they put it out. Those 2 singles were Make It Make Sense and LeBron. And then after a month of being just physical, then they put it on streaming platforms. That's cool. I think that's interesting. I think it's a nice treat for the hardcore fans, the guys that are going to buy the physical anyway.
Right.
You know, and I love physical LPs. You mean Austin's seen my record collection. I've got a crazy collection of you know, special edition and limited edition albums and shit like that. So like this, if I, honest to God, like if I could have afforded to buy the album at that point in time, I would have. I absolutely would have, because I love the idea. Hindsight, kind of glad I didn't. So we're gonna go ahead and make our top fives right now. Let me pull up my notes over here off to the side so I remember what I picked. So let's go ahead and do this. Number 5. Do you want to go first, Austin, or would you like me to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah.
Give me your number 5, Austin. I will be light gray. Austin will be the dark gray.
Real quick.
Okay.
You might need to change monitors because you are a freaking ghost.
That's because of it's because I moved that over there. Yeah. It's fine. It'll be all right.
Okay. All right. If you're cool with it, it's fine.
We'll figure it out.
All right. Continue. Sorry.
So number 5, Austin, what have you got?
I have All My Friends.
Off to a fucking great start.
What's yours?
Miracle.
Miracle. Okay. All right.
So real quick, why number 5? All my friends good enough to make your top 5.
Yeah.
Why number 5?
Because it was the only softish song that actually sounded good. When I say soft, it was more rock. It's the only one that I did enjoy. And it's GTA. I respect it. Oh shit, here we go again. You know what? If somebody's gonna do it, and I'm glad they did it. Now they did some other meme stuff that I absolutely hated, but this one I liked because it's also like that party rock. It's that, you know, we out with the boys. You know, it's just stupid, but it's that happy rock song that they always do.
So, fun fact, Carmen, friend of the show, was hitting me up like a week ago, I think. He does a lot of like acting and extra gigs and shit like that, and has tried getting me into it. I've done a couple of things here and there. And he was hitting me up about, he's like, I got a email about a Day to Remember music video that they're shooting in Nashville. And he's like, if I get in, I'm going to send you the shit and try to get you in too. And he explains it to me. It's supposed to be like a bar scene where it's just people hanging out, just knocking back drinks and hanging. I'm like, dude, it's all my friends. It's 100. Like we were both like, holy fuck, dude, this is going to be a video for all my friends.
Yeah.
Which I was pumped on. And I'll talk about why I was pumped on it a little bit later in the list. Miracle. I wrote a couple of notes for each of these songs. Miracle. I said they released this like a decade ago. It feels probably the heaviest song on the record. And yeah, I guess it still holds up. That's my thoughts on Miracle.
Okay.
So now snake draft style. Number 4 for me. Closer Than You Think.
Okay.
What I said about Closer Than You Think, which is the last song on the album, I said I dig the drum and guitar intro. It's kind of got that old school A Day to Remember feel in the instrumental opening. I think that we're closing the album out on a solid track, and this one feels like it kind of captures some of the old magic. I think as far as like sounding like A Day to Remember goes, I feel like personally this is the most A Day to Remember song on this A Day to Remember album.
Interesting. Okay.
Now, what's your number 4, Austin?
So I would literally say those exact words almost pretty much about Bad Blood. That's my number 4.
And that is your number 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun that you say that.
Because that one feels more like classic. Some of the vocals, his cleans that he actually does, is not trying this like really deep yell or like gurgle. I don't know what he's trying to do. It's too much, but like those vocals actually made me feel more like Homesick, you know, what separates those two albums.
So really quick, I gave each of these songs a ranking while I was listening to the album.
Wait. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, go on.
Okay, just make sure you didn't
I thought I fucked up my list. I had to make sure.
I've rated each one of these songs as I was listening to the record on a scale of 5.
Okay.
Bad Blood was my worst reviewed song with a 2.4 out of 5.
Damn. Okay.
I compare it to Feedback in that I think it is catchy, but also kind of cringy. And I said that the rat-tat-tat-tat before the breakdown made me want to turn the fucking song off.
So that's why I like the instruments and I like his vocals. But Bad Blood, when I first listened to this album, that was actually number 2. It's that rat-a-tat shit that just, oh God, I get through it and I'm okay. But it's that 3-second suffering. But the rest of the song was enough for me to keep it on 4.
Jeremy McKinnon does this thing, and depending on what songs you have coming up will decide how much more I talk about this. Jeremy McKinnon does this thing where he just says the stupidest shit possible before the breakdown.
Yeah.
And I think he thinks it's cool.
Like I said, they're really memey right now.
I'm going to give you my example of like whenever I really started noticing this and how much it pissed me off. With that last album, you're welcome.
You're not.
On Relentless, which is arguably probably the best song on that album, right before the breakdown, he screams, "Welcome to the Eye of the Tiger. Go."
Yeah, I didn't fuck with that.
That's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's cringy, dude. Like it's
so cringy.
And the craziest thing is, man, these guys are in their late 30s and 40s.
Yeah. Dude, they're fucking well
late 30s.
They older than us for sure.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, so before I proceed any further, did you by chance have Feedback?
No.
Okay, so Feedback, that
was one of my worst songs in the album.
I said, I hate this trope of saying cuss words because it's cool. That was one of those songs with just misplaced swear words for the sake of having them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. Dude, there's so many songs, especially on the front end of this album, that I fucking hate. All right. So Bad Blood's your number 4. What's your number 3?
Miracle.
Okay. Tell me what you like about
it. Miracle was... It's just a good song to me, man. I love the chorus. The drums is what kind of captured me more on this one, because that breakdown, when they start hitting triplets and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, this isn't just your typical A Day to Remember breakdown. They actually doing stuff. The drummer's actually doing quick, eighth notes with his beat. But like Miracle, I put that 3 because to me, it's just a good song.
It's a good song.
It was the single. I did like the single when it came out, but listen to it. This one, this is the base. I made Miracle my base of this album.
When it came out, I was like, this is already better than everything on You're Welcome.
Exactly.
And I still stand by that shit.
Exactly.
Miracle is a good song. It is a very fun song. My number 3, and I'm pumped on this one. This is when we're starting to get into territory of like, I really fuck with this song.
Okay. Yeah.
To the Death.
Solid.
This is what I had to say about To the Death. I said, you know what? I'm wrong. It wasn't To the Death. I ribbed you.
Okay.
Hold on. It was Die For Me.
Of course, it'd be Die For Me.
That's where I got confused.
It's a good one.
That's where I got confused because
Die For Me was really
Die.
good.
Die For Me is what I picked. I fucking love Die For Me. I said lyrically one of the better songs on the album. I specifically singled out the line, and I believe it's the pre-chorus of "You swore on your life and you ain't pushing daisies."
Yeah,
I thought that line went fucking hard. I said this kind of has the opposite problem of most of the record, where most of these songs lyrically I'm not fucking with them, but instrumentally the songs kind of rule. This song had kind of an opposite thing, where like instrumentally I didn't think there was a lot going on here. I feel like the instruments were just there because they had to be there. Lyrically, I think this is really where this song stood out, and that was just refreshing because, like we just talked about, so many of their lyrics are so fucking cringy right now.
The only reason Die For Me, and I'm going to say it's not even on my list. It didn't make it for me. The only thing I had to say about it, it was too pop for me.
Really?
It was way too popish. Like, you know, it just great song. I haven't, but that's the only thing I can say about it. Why it didn't make my list is because it's just too pop compared to. And I enjoy listening to All My Friends more than I do, and that song makes no sense.
No, it's just you kicking it with the boys. That's what I love with All My Friends.
Right.
Die For Me, like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if I'd consider it poppy. I guess, like, compared to other songs, but like on this record, it's one of the heavier ones.
Die For Me?
Kind of. I don't know. I don't know. Heavier is not the term I would use, but
I mean, it was their basic. They weren't doing their typical rock. It was you know, definitely a heavy rockish for this album, but
good track. Good
okay.
track. Okay, so my number 2. This one, big pumped on this one. Fucking love this one.
Please. That's what I'm fucking talking
Same
about.
team, dude.
Same team. Put mine up there. Just put it up there.
Is that number 2?
100% number 2.
Let's fucking go.
It almost made one today, but
dude, it's so good.
God.
So straight up, on my feelings on Same Team, I said this one hits pretty good right off the rip. Wasn't expecting that. Love the guitar. One of the best choruses on the entire album, and probably the best breakdown on the album, though there's no stiff competition.
Mine was going straight from like the heavy, from the pre-chorus into the, like, when it just changed, because it's not like a gradual. It's like, all right, we're nice and just do it, and then just everything comes in. You know, it's But that chorus, I love that chorus.
It's so good. Yeah. It's so good, dude. Same Team fucking rules.
Yeah.
It's a great song. What is your number 1, Austin?
Mine is To the Death.
To the Death. Okay, so it does make it up there.
Yes.
It just wasn't me. I ribbed you guys. What did I give To the Death? To the Death. I didn't hate To the Death.
Yeah.
But I also said some negative things about To the Death.
So then I'm going to be completely like opposite. Like, I love the intro going in. You know, the drums. I love that part. The beats, the drums just hits that pocket for me every single time. I love the fact that, like, it honestly reminds me of Second Sucks. That's why I love this song. It's like almost like a part 2 for me, but the chorus, love it. And I like that his screams, I don't know what he's doing in this one, like, or he just wanted to be different in this one, but he went very, like, I'm going to say Chris Motionless in this one. I got a lot of resemblance in those highs as Chris Motionless. I'm like, dude, I fucks with this song. And it just, but so it's To the Death and Same Team, the best duo of this whole album for me.
So before I reveal my number 1, I would like to read for you what I wrote about To the Death.
Shit it.
And it's going to echo a lot of what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
This song is to Second Sucks what Tears Don't Fall Part 2 is to Tears Don't Fall.
Mm-hmm.
Instrumentally, just like Tears Don't Fall Part 2, I don't hate it at all. I like it instrumentally. Lyrically, though.
All right. Sometimes you don't have to look at the lyrics, Rob. It's
Stop trying to be hard, Jeremy. You ain't.
Well,
he do be acting hard.
Yeah.
Why does he do that?
Well,
you're from Ocala, Florida. Like, you can't fight.
His eyes are spread apart, so he has more angles than everybody else. So
you're from Ocala, Florida, dude. You can't fight. Ain't nobody in your crew got hands. Stop acting like you do. Why do you do this to me?
He can say "fuck you" really cool before breakdown.
Yeah, he also say "welcome to the eye of the tiger" and others.
That one was bad. This one's just "fuck you," and I appreciate it. But it's from the bottom of my heart. Fuck you. You know what? Let's go.
Okay. All my friends.
Yeah. Why? Because it's stupid.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Yeah, right. That's
another night out here with all my friends. Dude, I'll sing that all fucking day. I will sing that. This is what I want to hear. Like if I work a wrestling show and we just have a banger of a fucking night. Every match just rules ass, top of the card to the bottom of the card. I'm in the fucking booth, just on top of my game. Everybody's fired up, and we're driving to the fucking Waffle House to go get smothered and fucking covered after the goddamn show. This is what I want playing on the jukebox when we walk in.
I agree. That's how I feel about the song, but it didn't hit me that hard.
All I said was it's my favorite on the album. Great catchy hook, solid verses. Yeah, this one is fun. That's all I said. As far as the front half of the album goes, this is really it for me. If you notice, my other favorite songs are like fucking 4 of the last 5 on the record.
Yeah.
They front loaded with some bullshit on this album.
It was, for all my friends, I'll definitely say it was really nice to actually get a good rock song like that, and no extra fucking layering, no extra VFXs he's got to, or ad libs he's got to throw in the bag, no extra, like it was the only song that they were like, you know what, just don't touch this one. This one doesn't need to be over.
Yeah. And that was
else needed to be.
And that was a big problem with some of these. So like just some of my notes throughout this. So like the opening track, make it make sense. I said it was a nice heavy track, good way to open the album and set the tone, but they had some cheesy effect options. They really, really did.
His little yelling thing and make it make sense was too monotone for me in the verses. Like it was just the whole time. And dude, you're a good singer. You can yell other. Yeah.
When we did Silence, I said, we're back to heavy instrumentals and goofy lyrics. And then I put ... Is that a fucking xylophone in verse 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was never gonna.
And then I just said, I don't know. This one's weird.
And you didn't like Flowers, right?
No.
Okay, so Flowers to me was, I put not that good of a song, but it because, what did I put? Not that good of a song because it's just a part 2 of All My Friends that they ran out of time with.
I said, I like the meaning, but not so much the lyrics associated with it. And then I put, oh, look, someone rhymed over with sober again. And then I said, I'm not convinced AI didn't write this.
Oh, and LeBron, not impressed. Not a single part of that song set right with me.
You're going to love what I had to say about this song. Bill Murray already wrote a better song referencing the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, you tried.
They really did, guys. You should go, if you haven't listened to Bill Murray, and especially the American Motorsport record, you need to. We're going to talk about it before too long. We both love that album so fucking much. I might even break my no deluxe edition rule for that album, just because the B-sides that were added, because one of the ones that got added was The End, which is my fucking entrance music. Like, okay, let's get down to business.
Man, this one's going to be interesting.
Real quick before I start moving shit off the rip.
Yep.
I don't hate doing this way.
Okay.
Doing it live like this.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
Right.
I'm about this. So we'll try it again. We're recording another episode here right after we get done with this one, guys. You'll see me in my sexy bathrobe again. So right off the rip, that's good news. Okay. So the differences, you did not have Closer Than You Think.
No.
So I did not have Bad Blood. So our 4s are gone. I did not have To the Death. And you did not have Die For Me.
No.
Interesting.
To compromise, we know Same Team needs to be 1.
Yeah. Absolutely it does. Yeah. So Same Team's going to go right there. Number 1. All My Friends was my number 1. It's your number 5. I think that makes it number 3. Well, no, I think it's got to go 2 and then 3, because so Miracles 3 and 4 or 3 and 5.
Yeah.
All My Friends.
All My Friends is a more fun song to listen to and just kind of gives you that good moment. Miracle, I've always just liked it.
Yeah,
it's a good base.
Track. So then we'll do this. So this is the top 3. Okay. So our songs that didn't make it, I had Closer Than You Think.
I didn't really care for that one.
You didn't care for Closer Than You Think. You had Bad Blood, To the Death. I had Die For Me. and Closer to the Thing. Okay. So 4 and 5. So we're both fighting for one here. I'm gonna be honest with
I
you.
want To the Death. To the Death needs to be on this album. Needs to be on this. No. Dang.
Because Die For Me is the one I'm fighting for. Between Bad Blood and To the Death, are you thinking To the Death?
Oh, Bad Blood's not going to be on this. No.
Okay. So these are the two we're fighting for. Die For Me and To the Death. You had To the Death pretty high, right?
Yeah, To the Death was 1 for me. Die For Me, let me go.
I had Die For Me at 3. Die For Me. Let me remind you. You swore on your life and you ain't pushing daisies.
Yeah, like listening to Die For Me, man, it just sounded like something Justin Bieber could have sang.
We've been listening to different Justin Bieber albums.
Like get rid of the electric guitar. 100% that'd be a Justin Bieber album. Like back in like 2014, Justin Bieber.
I'm gonna be honest with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel so. First of all, I feel like I should say, I wish you guys understood how often there was one specific Justin Bieber song that would constantly come on in this dude's car.
As Long As You Love Me.
Was that the one?
I'll never forget. I still fucks with that song. I played it on my electric kit.
We would be fucking going, hanging out, going to go get fucked up, go watch a show or something, and this motherfucker's in the driver's seat with Justin Bieber on the radio.
And then Nicki Minaj would play right after.
That would happen sometimes too.
No, that was the next song on that burnt CD.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right. That and then that Chris Brown Look at Me Now.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it, dude. I almost knew the Busta Rhymes part. I've heard it that many fucking times riding in this dude's car.
Well, then your fault. You showed me Worldwide Choppers, and that made the next CD.
Dude, Worldwide Chop. Tech 9, baby.
Yep.
I fuck with Tech 9 hard. Look, I'm not going to argue with you on this one. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah. I don't feel strongly enough about this album to fight. This was your number one. I'm totally cool with Bad Blood going here.
No.
And I'll put Die For Me. No, not Bad Blood. I was...
It's that rat-tat-tat.
The edible's kicking in, folks. Rob ain't getting fucked up on anything extra this week except for water. That's how strong this edible is.
I like this. I feel I could listen to this top, like I could make a playlist of this top 5 and listen to it for a while.
Yeah, I mean, To the Death, you know, I can fuck with. It's got, like you said, it's got those Second Sucks vibes.
Yeah, it's just like Miracle to me. It's just, all right, you got Miracle, a classic day to remember, but then you have To the Death, another heavy classic day to remember. There is a lot of extra vocals that you got to get through. Too much VFX as he's adding. A lot of it just, it's too much. I'm old, I guess, but
I feel that.
They're not bad. Those are good songs. The album isn't that bad. I know we're ripping on it pretty hard, but they've done better.
They've done so much better. I think that's,
you know what Miracle is? I'm going to say this last note. Miracle is something Asking Alexandria wish they can do and write. That is Miracle to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have no idea what post Ben Bruce Asking Alexandria is going to look like.
Bad. He's not doing good live that I've seen. Anyways.
Well, I'm sure, hey, dude, it'll be a conversation for another day. We're going to talk more Asking Alexandria. I can promise you that right the fuck now. So here's our list, guys. At number 5, Die For Me. Number 4, To the Death. Number 3, Miracle. Number 2, All My Friends. Number 1, Same Team. I'm pumped on this. I think this is a good top 5.
Solid.
I think you should tell your friends about this one. More than anything, like I think a lot of the albums that we've listened to, that we've talked about on the show so far, a lot of them we agree, like, no, you should listen to the whole thing. This one, if there's ever a time that we strongly recommend you listen to our top 5, because we're trying to save you, this is the top 5 that you go for. I don't think you go wrong with any of these 5 songs, really.
Not at all.
I'm happy with this. Which is not a sentence I said listening to a lot of that album.
No, it was, I mean, it's kind of bad when it's easy to pick your top 5 than within like an hour of listening to an album.
You say that, but the album that we're talking about next week or in 10 minutes, it's gonna be pretty easy for me to pick that top 5, but I still fucking love and adore that album so much.
Yeah.
Real quick teaser, next week's episode 5, we will be talking the album Wonder What's Next from Chevelle. I believe it was their second album, I believe. Right? Yeah, second studio album came out in 2002. We're real big on the year 2002 here on the Ranked and Relentless podcast.
That's when it was good.
It's good shit, dude. It's good shit. I genuinely think 2004 was the best year in music. 02 and 03 being right behind it, and 05 also being right behind it. Once we got to 06 is whenever the downfall started. And by the time we got to 09, it was starting to look bad. 02 is good time. So yeah, we're talking Wonder What's Next from one of our all-time favorite bands, Chevelle, on the next week's episode. Till then, you can check out my Twitter, Sweet Sexy Rob, if you want to suggest any albums that you would like us to rank. If you would like to give us your opinion on your own personal top 5 for this or any of the other albums that we've talked about, you can hit me up at Sweet Sexy Rob. Let's talk about it. I'm all about it. Until then, I'm Rob.
I'm Austin.
Thanks for hanging out. Nailed it. It was one take. It's pretty good.